The alarms screamed through orbital station Kepler 7 like a wounded animal. Red emergency lights bathed the corridors in crimson as blast doors slammed shut, with thunderous booms that echoed through the metal halls. In the central hub, alien personnel scrambled in panic, their various appendages flailing as they rushed toward emergency pods. Containment breach in Sector 7. All personnel evacuate immediately. Commander Zixither, a towering Valkyrian with iridescent scales, watched his monitor with 3 of his 4 eyes while the 4th scanned the evacuation status. His mandibles clicked nervously. A Void Reaper had escaped, the most feared predator in known space, a creature whose very existence had ended civilizations, and somehow, impossibly, the breach originated from the human quarters. Where is the human? Zixither demanded, his translator crackling with urgency. His second in command, a gelatinous quarian named Blib, rippled with distress. Sensors show human Freddy still in Sector 7, Commander, right at the breach point. By the ancients, Zixither breathed. He's already dead then. Seal that sector. We cannot let the Reaper reach the rest of the station. But Blib's sensory stalks were trembling as they focused on another screen. Commander, you need to see this. The monitor showed the corridor outside the human recreational area. There, sitting cross-legged on the floor with his back against the wall, was Freddy. The young human engineer looked remarkably unbothered by the chaos around him, wearing what his species called a hoodie, and those strange sonic dampeners they called headphones. And beside him, coiled in a mass of obsidian scales and razor-sharp crystalline spines, was the Void Reaper. The creature was massive, easily for meters long, with a serpentine body that seemed to absorb light itself. Its head was crowned with horns that could pierce through starship hulls, and its mouth, currently slightly open, revealed rows of teeth that molecular analysis had shown could bite through any known metal. The Void Reaper's 6 eyes glowed with that characteristic purple luminescence. That meant it was fully alert and hunting, except it wasn't hunting. Freddy's hand moved slowly along the creature's scaled neck, scratching beneath one of its crystalline spines. The Reaper's eyes were half closed, and a deep rumbling sound emanated from its chest, something between a purr and the idling of a fusion reactor. Is the human petting it? Zixither's voice climbed an octave before anyone could answer. The door to the command center hissed open, and Sienna, the station's human xenobiologist, strode in. Unlike the panicking aliens around her, she looked more annoyed than concerned. "Why did you lock down my sector?" she demanded, pushing her dark hair away from her face. "I was in the middle of a crucial experiment. There's a Void Reaper loose." Blib gurgled, his gelatinous form literally quivering. "Your colleague is sitting next to it." Sienna glanced at the monitor and sighed. The kind of exasperated sigh that the station's crew had learned meant humans were about to do something that defied all reasonable expectations. "That's midnight," she said flatly. "Freddy's pet. We told you about this last week during the station briefing. That is not a pet." Zixither roared. "That is a Void Reaper. They destroyed the Kalmorian Empire. They've been classified as a galactic threat for 3 centuries. They're apex predators that respond well to positive reinforcement and consistent feeding schedules." Sienna interrupted, pulling out her datapad. "Look, I even filed the proper xenofauna domestication forms. It's all here." The command center fell silent except for the wailing alarms. "FILED paperwork?" Zixither said weakly. "Of course. I'm a scientist, not a barbarian." Sienna tapped her datapad. "Freddy found Midnight as a hatchling 6 months ago during that asteroid mining operation. The poor thing was orphaned, probably lost during a migration. Void Reapers imprint on the first creature that feeds them. Basic xenobiology, really, on the monitor." Freddy had shifted position and was now rubbing the creature's belly. The Void Reaper had rolled onto its back, all 6 legs in the air, looking for all the universe like a deadly killing machine having the time of its life. But they're monsters," Blib whispered. "They've killed millions." Sienna shrugged. "So have humans, technically. It's all about context and socialization. Midnight here has been fed, trained, and properly exercised. Freddy takes him for walks in the cargo bay every day. You've probably seen them and just didn't realize what you were looking at." The dark shadow creature that haunts Cargo Bay 3 is the Void Reaper. Several crew members said in unison, "We call him Midnight because he likes to sleep in dark corners." Sienna explained patiently, as if talking to children. "And before you ask, yes, he's fully vaccinated and microchipped." Zixither stared at her, then at the monitor where Freddy was now playing what appeared to be fetch with a plasma conduit, which the Void Reaper retrieved with terrifying efficiency, but surprising gentleness. "How?" the commander finally asked. "How is this possible?" Sienna smiled that peculiar human smile that the crew had learned. Meant they were about to hear something that would fundamentally challenge their understanding of the universe. "Commander, humans have been taking apex predators and turning them into companions for thousands of years. We domesticated wolves into dogs. We keep reptiles that could kill us. We've made friends with bears, lions, even creatures from your own homeworld. On Earth, it's practically a hobby." She gestured to the screen. "The thing about humans is that we have this weird ability to look at something that could absolutely destroy us and think, but what if we became friends instead? Most species see a predator and run. We see a potential friend who just needs the right approach." Freddy had apparently decided playtime was over because he was now heading toward the sealed blast door with Midnight following behind him like an oversized, deadly puppy. The human knocked on the door, his voice muffled but audible through the intercom. "Hey, could someone open up? Midnight needs his afternoon feeding, and his kibble is in the mess hall." Zixither looked at Sienna. Sienna looked back at him with raised eyebrows. "Well," she said, "are you going to let them through, or should I override the lockdown myself?" The commander's mandibles worked silently for several long moments. Finally, with a gesture that conveyed the weight of every impossible thing he'd witnessed since humans joined the galactic community, he signaled for the doors to open. "Release the lockdown," he said quietly, "and someone get that creature its kibble." As Freddy walked past the command center window with the most feared beast in known space trotting beside him like a well-trained pet, he waved cheerfully at the crew inside. Midnight's tail wagged an appendage that had once been documented, destroying an entire battle cruiser, now expressing nothing more dangerous than contentment. Sienna patted Zixither on his scaled shoulder. "You'll get used to it, Commander. Wait until you hear about the colony ship crew that adopted a hive devourer. They named her Princess Fluffy Bottom." The commander didn't respond. He simply stared at his monitors, wondering not for the first time what cosmic joke had convinced the galaxy that humans were ready for space travel. Behind him, the alarm system finally fell silent. In the mess hall, Freddy poured kibble into an oversized bowl while the most feared beast alive sat patiently, drooling slightly, its tail still wagging. Just another day with humanity among the stars.